I was notified that we are supposed to be submitting our minutes to the town hall and that they would be posted online. No one had ever told me that before, so what we're going to do is to rectify that by formally approving tonight the minutes from January 2019 through June 2020. The minutes from January 2019 through February 2020. There's a lot of traffic around here. Can only be approved by Jean and I and Fran, because we're the only members who were members then. So can I have a motion to accept the minutes that I've previously sent to Fran and Jean?
I move we approve those minutes.
Okay.
That's fine. I agree. Yeah, you want to vote? Yep.
Yeah, we need to vote.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so motion to accept the minutes from January 2019 through February 2020. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, so we'll press on with the minutes from our last meeting, which I did send everybody. The one thing I wondered about was that since they're going to be posted online, I didn't know if everybody wanted to have their email address posted online.
I would not.
You would not?
No.
Okay, I'll take yours out. Fran, what do you think?
Are the email addresses part of the minutes?
They are, but they don't have to be. I can just take all the email addresses out.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah. What do you think, Kathlena?
I agree. Thank you.
Okay. All right, now we've got Jen joining us.
Sorry, I'm late. I was hitting the wrong link.
That's okay. That's okay. It's so good that you were able to join us. You've missed our accepting the minutes of January 2019 to February 2020. But I can send them to you guys if you want them, or you can read them online, which they will be readily accessible. I'm sure there's a public that's just dying to see them. But anyway, we are now approving the minutes of June 2020. We are taking out the email addresses as they're listed in here. So can I have a motion to it, or does anybody want to change anything in these minutes? Doesn't look like it.
All right, so I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as they are for June 2020.
Second?
I second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much. Our minutes will be winging their way to Sherry Dalton tomorrow. Okay. Next on our agenda is the demolition delay bylaw. The mysterious demolition delay bylaw. It has kind of an interesting history. At a town meeting, November of 2018, the bylaw review committee submitted some amendments to the original bylaw. And included in those amendments was a little portion that the Historical Commission was very interested in. We wanted to be able to pass along the fee for the publication of public hearing. Every time there's a publication of a public hearing, it ends up costing about $200, which is a lot of money for the Historical Commission. And we had always felt that maybe the applicant should pay that fee. So as part of the bylaw amendment, that was put in. However, when they went to print the little booklet that you get at the town meeting, it somehow or other, that portion of it did not make it into the booklet. And so the chairman of the bylaw review committee instead verbally made an amendment to the amendment, and he stood up and he read it, and I remember it. I was there, and maybe you were there too, Jean, I don't know. And maybe you too, Fran. At any rate, and it passed. However, I've been waiting ever since then for this whole thing to come together, and we finally know why it has not. And that's because, for some reason, the town clerk and the town council don't have any record of that verbal amendment that was made by Dan Lieber, chairman of the bylaw review committee. So even though it was passed by the town, somehow it is in limbo. So that's where it is right now. So, and it's taken quite a while to figure this out, but that's where it is. And I think they're trying to resolve it, but that's where it is. So the applicant for a demolition that we have just received, and that is Mr. Joseph Tavano of 23 Eaton Street, who would like to tear down 102 New Salem Street, will not be paying for his public hearing publication should we decide to move forward with a public hearing. So I sent you information on 102 New Salem Street. I hope you all received it. See the house. It is between 1890 and 1900, late Italianate in style. Mr. Tavano would like to tear the building down. So it is up to us whether we want to have a public hearing on this matter or not. It is on our list. It's not on the National Register of Historic Places, but it is considered a significant site.
But you said it is not on the register.
It is not on the National Register.
Okay.
It is on our list of significant sites, on the state's list and the town's list.
Well, whatever we decide, we usually like to have more than one photograph of it. And I can go over and take several of it if that might help make a decision.
Well, that's true, Jean, but the house as it is a significant site. It's 1890 to 1900.
Right. But why does he want to tear it down? Is he going to build two houses there or do?
Well, I don't know. Our whole charge is to determine whether this building is preferably preserved.
Oh, okay.
What he wants to do with it is really not our business.
Okay.
This is what it says. This is a good example of a very simple vernacular 2.5-story gable end house, which continued to be built in numbers in the countryside in Wakefield. By the time this house was erected, its stock Italianate door hood was probably quite outmoded. The flat window surrounds indicate the simplicity of detailing. An L to the rear, which may be original, has a porch with a turned post, jigsaw cut brackets, rather more Queen Anne in style. New Salem Street, which connected Montrose with the business district, remained nearly unsettled from its laying out in 1874. Well, that's about New Salem Street. So the question we have is whether or not we want to have a public hearing on this matter. or not.
Nancy, could you kind of do a general overview of kind of what that means with the kind of deciding to go through a public hearing, and what does that entail?
What would a public hearing gives the opportunity for the owner to come and make a presentation to the Historical Commission and say why he wants to tear, or not really, and say that, you know, this is my property and this is what I'm going to do with it. And we would say how we feel about whether or not the building is preferably preserved. That's the whole thing. That's the very narrow focus for us.
Okay.
You know, as a building that's on our list of significant sites right away, it, you know, it has merit.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we can, since this is something that has to be done, we have to set the date for the public hearing.
When did you get the paperwork? What's the date on
We
that?
just got the paperwork. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he signed the application. Well, he signed it on the 8th of July. So it took a little while getting here somehow.
Okay.
But what we can do is pencil in a hearing. Say we would pencil in a hearing in September. And in the meantime, go and see the property sometime during the month of August, or, you know, between now and then, and determine at our August meeting whether we actually want to go through with the public hearing.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I think that sounds good too.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then if Mr. Tavano would like to, you know, furnish us with some information in the meantime, he's more than welcome to do that. Mr. Tavano, I see you there.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? You
Good.
can send us information if you want at our brand new email address, Historical Commission at wakefield.ma.us.
Yeah, I'm really not sure, I mean, what I can provide. I mean, the property was pretty old and dilapidated when I got it. I don't know if you know the history. There was an oil company running out of there, pretty rodent infested. I gutted it to explore because I thought maybe I could save it and add onto it. Just the framing and the structure it's a tough property. I mean, I am a longtime Wakefield resident. I mean, I'm fourth generation on Butler Ave. If I thought it could be saved or do something with it, I mean, I'd love a nice old house. But I mean, anybody who's welcome who wants to take a look, you're more than welcome. I'm happy to provide you with my cell phone number. I think my email might be on that application, but my cell phone, you want to come by and take a look at the property. I do intend to raise it. What I intend to put back is something that fits with the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, I told my architect, I want people to drive by and even question if the house has been remodeled or is the original house. I've done several projects in Wakefield, and just to give you an idea, there was one at the end of Eden Street, the corner of Eden and Pleasant. It was a very old quarter house. And I took that from the town and once again, built something that fit with the neighborhood, which I thought was historically and architecturally pleasing. Look down the street and it matches the other.
We've certainly seen that one, Mr. Tavano. And I feel like you're being very reasonable, and I'm sure you understand that we would like to take a closer look at it.
No, absolutely. And I have no
Okay.
question. That's why,
And
I mean,
we'll,
I'd like to give
you're more than welcome to chime in at our August meeting. Once again, when we determine whether we want to have a public hearing. And if we have a public hearing, then what we would do is decide whether we believe that we need to postpone your demolition to the full 6 months from your
That's fine. I mean,
application.
that's fine. What I'll do is I'm going to message you my phone number. Feel free to
Okay.
share it. If anybody would like to call and meet me there, I'm happy to take you inside and happy to show you the place.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, I
You
guess.
too. You too. Well, I'm a longtime resident, my whole
Okay,
life, so.
all right.
Thank you. I will
very much.
message you my number right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Commissioner, are you in favor of this measure of putting this on the agenda again in August to determine whether we're having the public hearing? In
Yes,
the meantime, penciling in a public hearing for our September meeting, but it's only penciled in. We won't go ahead with publication of it.
I'm in.
okay.
I'm in.
Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All righty. All right, so we will revisit this in August. In the meantime, Mr. Tavano is going to give us his cell phone number in case any of us would like to go inside the property. Okay. Moving along to applications for historic house markers. It has been a really busy month. Many homeowners asking for help in finding information about their properties. So, and 4 applications have gone in. 2 of them were old ones because the process was kind of put on hold during the pandemic there because our sign maker is in his 80s and didn't want to be venturing out to the post office. So 2 of them were old signs that we'd already approved. And another one we had actually approved we had talked about several years ago, and that was 46 Valley Street. At that time, the homeowner believed it to be younger or older than we had thought. So we had discussed it then and talked to her about it then, and she recently contacted us and said that she did want to go ahead with the date that we had, the compromise date. So she ordered a sign for her property as well. The Valley Street is interesting. It has a whole lot of circa 1860s, 1870s buildings built right there, buildings that popped up there to be near the rattan factory for workers. So that was good. And then on the day that I was going to be sending in the applications for the checks to the sign maker for the markers, a new sign application came in, and that was for 8 Howard Street. And it was built in 1900, so it comes into our profile. And we were able to verify completely that it was built in 1900. So there were no mysteries there. So 4 new signs will be popping up. Okay. Now in new business, I have an invoice to be approved. It's an invoice for $105.19. And it is for our WordPress website. So I need to be reimbursed for that. Can I have a motion?
What did you say it was for?
For the website, Jean.
Oh, okay.
So I'll make a motion.
I second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Oh, I guess we have to do a roll call vote since it's money. Jean,
Okay.
what do you say?
Aye.
Kathleen?
Aye.
Jen?
Aye.
Fran?
Aye.
Okay, we won't ask Mr. Tavano. All right.
I'm hurt.
Thank you.
Okay.
And another little bit of new business is the Hartshorn house is going to be needing a new roof soon. The old roof was put on about 30 years ago. It was put on by MG Hall Company out of North Reading. They did a wonderful job. And the roof is still holding up, but it's about at the end of its time. Because it is the Hartshorn house, it's kind of the jewel in our crown, and it needs to be have a historically accurate and authentic roof. This is something that might the Historical Commission might be involved with. So I just want to let everybody know about that. It is going to be expensive. Those things are. But just putting it on everybody's radar that that we might have to be involved in some way with that, helping.
I don't believe we'll be raising money for it though, will we?
No, we certainly would not, but
No.
only within the town, the town's, you know, the town of Wakefield. Yeah, and that the way that it happened the last time in the 80s was a separate article for the town meeting, which was proposed by the Historical Commission
Oh, okay.
at that time. So that's the way it worked out then. Now it might be different, but once again, I'm just kind of putting it on your radar.
Right.
And the last thing that I had on my list of new business is the new email address that from now on, if I send you guys an email, it has to be sent from the town's email server. So I guess there's a real move toward transparency, which is good in town government. And so if you'll be getting an email with minutes and things like that from me, and it'll be from the Historical Commission at wakefield.ma.us. And that's it. Does anybody else have any business?
Well,
So,
I was going to see my attorney about getting my house set up so that there was a preservation restriction on it. But I've been putting a lot of money in the house this summer. I've noticed several things wrong that I'm restoring. So I haven't seen my attorney yet because I don't want to pay her yet. But it is on my list of things to do.
Okay.
Nancy, any movement on the maps from the grave sites?
Oh, good question.
No, I was just too busy to.
Okay.
I was so busy. I had so many people emailing me about the history of their houses, which I love that, but it's time consuming.
Yes, it is.
It is. So, yeah, I wasn't able to progress with the burying ground thing. And I'm not really that, I'm still kind of pandemic worried. So, I'm a little worried about going out somehow, but I'm trying to break out of the old cocoon. So maybe I'll be able to push that along a little bit in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just thinking the fall may be a nice time to do it before, while the weather's good.
Oh yeah, it definitely would. Yeah, you're right. We should move it along with and really the fall is a good time for the graveyard. That's when people start thinking about the old burying ground. So yep, you're absolutely right. So I'll work on that, moving that to the front.
All right.
Okay.
When's our next meeting?
Next meeting is, you tell me, Jean. You've always got your calendar.
Well, what day? I can give you the date, but we meet on a Wednesday, right?
The fourth Wednesday, right, Fran?
It's the August 26th is the next meeting.
Okay.
In September, it would be the 16th. In August.
No, September would be the 23rd. The fourth Wednesday.
Oh, the fourth Wednesday, yes, the 23rd.
23rd, yeah.
23rd.
Okay, well, we'll just work on the August 26th as our next meeting. I didn't write down who made those motions. Who made a motion to approve the invoice? Was that Jen?
I think I seconded it.
You
Was
seconded it?
Fran the first?
Yeah, do you have to be that detailed?
I don't know.
You can put
I-
me, I mean,
I usually would just write
They're
motion was
getting
made.
minutes.
All right. Motion was made, motion was seconded, passed
Okay.
by the membership. I think that's fine.
All right.
I don't think it's
And
gonna be
on
that big.
the issue of 102 New Salem Street, you made a motion on that too. I think you made that motion, Fran.
To leave it on the docket for a potential September date.
Right.
I don't think it was a motion. I think it was just,
All right.
we're gonna make a final decision on our August meeting, whether or not we want to do the demolition delay. In the meantime, we'll all try to visit, take a look and have a conversation about that in,
Right. And of course, we would not be conversing with each other because we have to be within the open meeting law, and we all know about that. So I think everything is clear now. So can we have our favorite motion, which is the motion?
No, I have one question.
Okay.
I always have a terrible time getting into Zoom. And if you didn't send me that thing to click on, I put all these numbers in my computer and nothing happens. Is there a book on Zoom somewhere? Does anyone know anything about one?
so
I don't know.
did you get an email from Sherry with the Zoom invite?
Well,
That's,
it was in the item.
okay. So Sherry sent an email that had the Zoom invite link in it. And I just clicked that on and was able to join right from my email.
Okay, well, she will do that next time too, right?
I would assume so. I think that's how it works, right, Nancy? Sherry is responsible for setting up the Zoom calls and,
Yep, Sherry does that. But
Yeah.
when it came to me, it was it came as an image somehow, and which was a little different than the way that it came last month.
oh, all right.
So I have no problem sending you a link, Jean.
Oh, thank goodness, because I can click on that. But I do wish there was some book or booklet available on Zoom so I could educate myself. But I haven't
Right.
heard of one.
We'll
Well-
need to ask a millennial. Ask a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all know how to do it.
All right, I'll have to do that.
All right. So can we make a motion then to close out our meeting?
Yep. You wanna
Motion to
do that?
adjourn? Sure. Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Yes. Yes, second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, everybody, thank you very much. I'm